another one of our community heroes who's in the audience today.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Gray-Titer, and I'm an educator in Peel. I'm currently in the role of Instructional Coordinator of Equity, which means that I help educators remove barriers for students who have been traditionally underserved in the education system. What I really do is I develop resources for the system. I visit schools to speak with educators, administrators, students, sometimes parents, to see how we can best serve their needs. So one of the days where I knew I was making a difference was actually during the pandemic. I came to online class one day with my hair in two little Afro puffs. And the next day, one of my students came to class with the same hairstyle, and I'll never forget, because it was one of those moments where I realized the power of representation. The best part about being an educator is watching the growth of students. I have seen students go from one end of the spectrum to the other, and really just watching that growth of them as humans has been such a rewarding experience.
Please welcome Alyssa. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
It's so exciting. I am so impressed with the work that you're doing, especially with kids. That must be so hard, but so rewarding.
It is. It's fantastic to see them, throughout their journeys. I teach middle school, so, formative years.
Yes, definitely.
Really neat to just see them grow.
Well, honestly, thank you so much for absolutely everything you are doing. You're doing so many good things in the community.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Today's audience is full of community heroes. So we're going to meet one in our next story.
Hi, my name's Chi Lamb. I've been volunteering at Ronald Mcdonald House for the past 7 years with the Family Services Unit. The house is a place where families can stay while they're in Toronto seeking specialized medical care for a child. My job includes supporting the family services support staff, welcoming families, answering questions, and we're really like a specialized concierge service for our guests. One of my favorite moments at the house involved meeting a 4-year-old boy who came up to the front desk to tell us that for the first time in his life, he was able to go outside and play. For us, we were witnessing this little boy's milestone. I love volunteering. It's one of those things that is hard to explain to someone who may not see it as something that they can picture themselves in, but I promise you, it's an endorphin rush. There's nothing like the feeling of helping someone in need and really not expecting anything back.
Everyone, please welcome Chi. Hello, Chi.
Hi, Mary.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. First off, excellent glasses.
I was about to say the same about your
Oh,
glasses.
well, thank you so much. I feel like we're glasses gals. We've got that in common. Chi, what was it that made you want to start volunteering? Has that always been kind of part of your life?
It has. My grandmother was an active volunteer.
Yeah.
And I grew up watching her doing a lot for the community.
Yeah.
And you meet a lot of great people.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting way of growing socially.
Yeah.
Just meeting people that you would otherwise never encounter in your day-to-day life.
Completely. Well, it's so amazing. And I think you really nailed it when you said that volunteering and helping out is just a great way to just bring a happiness booster to everybody in your community.
And you can absolutely do that at Ronald Mcdonald House.
Yeah.
It's a very intense place for parents. They're going through probably the worst crisis that is imaginable, and yet there's a lot of joy at the house.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People, I think, forget that, but they're just kids.
Absolutely.
And you can bring that comfort to their family. Well, thank you so much for everything you do, Chi.
Thanks so
And thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Now, let's meet another one of our community heroes from our studio audience.
Hello, I'm Rubin Aryubol. I'm an Afghan Canadian. I came to Canada in 2015 with my family after spending 8 years as refugees in Pakistan. I started working with Journalists for Human Rights, media partners, Global Affairs Canada, Immigration Canada as a program coordinator to support hundreds of journalists, human rights defenders, their families, evacuate them to Pakistan and bring them safely to Canada. This work was so important for me. It was because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to empower women, to help refugees, and to help children to start their education in a safe country like Canada. The very good part about this job was when Jordan and I was going to the airport to receive all these families. Seeing all these children excited to start a new life in Canada, talking to them about going back to school was the amazing part for me.
Please welcome Rubina. Hello, Rubina.
Nice meeting you.
Oh my goodness, it's so lovely meeting you. Well, you are making such a huge difference in so many people's lives, and you've actually lived through the same experience of the people that you're working with, correct?
Yes, so my family and I spent 8 years as refugees in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So it's one of the driving force that I'm currently working with hundreds of women, with hundreds of refugees, children, and it's lovely to help them and support them to bring them to safety in Canada and seeing them to start a new life from scratch and seeing them going back to school, it's very fulfilling.
That's amazing. Honestly, you are doing such amazing work for people who are going through similar things that you did. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting here. It's very important to give back to the community. When we came to Canada for the first time at the airport, there were Canadian friends, Canadian community welcoming us with open arms. And when I go to the airport to receive families, welcoming them is huge for me. It's very crucial. And seeing them to give back to the Canadian community is always fulfilling and nice.
That's amazing, Rubina. Thank you so much for spending your time doing this and for coming here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, now, let's meet another one of our community heroes from our studio audience.
Hi, I'm Audrey Nesbitt, and I volunteer with a global nonprofit educational hub called Crypto Chicks. We started in Toronto in 2017, and we now have events and chapters in 56 countries. We teach women and youth all about emerging technologies, everything from how to use the technology in itself and right through startup cohorts for a lot of these women and youth that are starting companies. During COVID, we started an education outreach program in Canada, teaching emerging tech and bridging emerging tech courses for youth. So why do I volunteer? I love making a difference. I love being able to give something back to the community. And I also love the other women on Crypto Chicks. I love the women that are around me, that it attracts. It's just so amazing to be surrounded by such entrepreneurial, powerful women.
Right on, Audrey. You are absolutely crushing it. Welcome, Audrey, everybody. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here. And I have to say, it is so cool seeing this amazing community that you're building, helping people kind of get a hold of the world of the internet and technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's exciting to be able to bring education opportunities, but also business opportunities to these young, entrepreneurial minds, these brilliant minds that they're thinking about solving world problems and environmental issues. And it's like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What can you do to help? And you're doing such amazing work. It's so great to have the experience and help those people actually see their visions come to life.
Yes.
Give them the tools.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They give me hope.
Yeah.
So that's great.
That is truly fantastic. Audrey, thank you so much for all the work you do. And now it's time to meet another one of our community heroes in our audience today.
Hi, my name is Sarah Patterson. I'm a pediatric healthcare provider and an educator. I've had a lot of great opportunities volunteering over my lifetime, but one that I feel had the most impact on me and hopefully others was working overseas teaching doctors and nurses child and family-friendly healthcare practices. I've always volunteered, and as a family, we volunteer together. But it wasn't until I became a mom of a very significantly challenged child who has a rare disease that I realized it was really important to work with children and families to have emotionally safe experiences in hospital. I think if we can slightly change someone's day for the better, smiling at them, letting them, letting their car cut in front of you, I believe will influence someone else's day, which may influence someone else's day. It sounds cliche, but if we can all continue to use kindness, be better, not bitter, we can change the world.
Oh my gosh, we can indeed. Welcome Sarah to the show. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
No, honestly, that last thing you said, I'm 100% the same. I think everyone can do something little that'll impact someone's day, and you don't know where that's going to lead.
Exactly. Buying someone else's coffee, smiling at someone, it seriously can change someone else's day, change someone else's day, and so on.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
I do too, and you don't know where it's going to end. Oh my gosh. Well, Sarah, thank you so much.
I'm so happy to be here. Thanks so much.
Meet Paul.
My name is Paul Taylor, and I'm currently the co-managing director of a business called Evenings and Weekends Consulting. But before I started that, up until, I guess, January of this year, I was an executive director, which means I was someone who leads charities. So I was the executive director of an organization called Food Share in Toronto. And before that, I was working in Vancouver as the executive director of a couple of organizations there, including the Downtown Eastside Neighborhood House. One organization I was at, we increased the minimum wage from $12 an hour when I started to $24 an hour when I left. And, you know, the stories I heard of that single action and committing to do that work without special funding, but just committing to do that work has a real impact on people's lives, and, you know, makes me proud, because I feel like those are the true lessons of leadership that I take from my grandmother, my mother, and my great-grandmother. It's about using our resources to do what we can to support each other, especially those that have been made most vulnerable.
Everyone, welcome Paul. Hi, Paul. Oh my gosh, I'm so thrilled to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here with you.
No, honestly, thank you for everything you are doing. You've done so many great things for so many different charitable organizations, and now you're working with just so many different ones to bring your knowledge base.
It's been a dream, working at Evenings and Weekends and being able to support a number of charities across the country who are all trying to refine their impact, center equity, center justice. It's been, you know, a life stream, I have to say.
It's honestly, it's such a beautiful thing to see you spending your life trying to make people's lives better and help people. So thank you so much for every single thing you do, Paul.
My pleasure.
And also, best glasses in the biz, I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Paul.
you so much. Such a pleasure.
Yeah. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.